Hi and welcome to Simply Ballers 2024-2025 season previews. It's that time of the year where for the next 30 days I'll be releasing a season preview for each team. In each preview there will be a quick season and off-season recap. Then following that we'll be looking at what's in store for each team. We'll be looking at some of the key questions that they have, some of the positives, some of the negatives. It will be digging deeper in some of those areas. And at the end there are some final thoughts with prediction of the standings, their floor, their ceiling, some of the playoff chances, and some other fun predictions. So they had one of the best off seasons out of any team. They did what they needed to do, and I guess because they waited, because other offers open up, they made the Knicks overpaid. I think what they got for Bridges was a steal. They acquired Bojan Bogdanovic, Mamadi Diakate, Shake Milton, first round picks in 2025, 2027, 2029, 2031, an unprotected swap in 2028, a top 4 protected first round pick in 2025 via Bucks, and a second round pick in 2025. That's 5 firsts, a swap, and a vet that could probably be traded elsewhere for more assets. That's one hell of a return for Bridges, who is clearly not the guy, who clearly hasn't shown that leap that could be when it comes to just being a number 1 or number 2 option on the team. So they traded, they got 5 picks for a guy that's a good 3rd, 4th option on a good team. But with Bridges traded now, that also means they essentially turned Kevin Durant into all of the picks above are stated, plus Cam Johnson, who they still can reroute elsewhere for more picks. 3 more picks in 2025, 2027, 2029, another swap in 2028, and 2 more seconds. That's 10 picks just for Kevin Durant. That's the whole trading stars for the last 2 years for Brooklyn was a win. It didn't result in anything good when it comes to just their win totals or getting closer to be a competitive team. But now they have the potential to. They have the assets to make more trades. They have their own pick, because that's another trade that they did do this offseason. They made a trade with the Rockets to acquire the 2025 and 2026 back. They now have the incentive to tank and embrace the rebuild. And that's all that they could ask for, because before there was no incentive to tank. So what's in store for the Nets? I got 4 questions. Will they finally sell on all of the vets? Is there a potential leap from Thomas? Will Ben Simmons finally be healthy? As the time of recording this, we're at the point of the off season where it's Ben Simmons is looking like he's coming back to all-star form. So I wonder if this is finally the year that he bounces back. Let alone, not even if he bounces back, let alone just him play. Is this the year that we'll see 60 games from Ben? Is it the season where we see 50 games from Ben? The rest is something I don't even know. What even is there to talk about the Nets beyond this? They have made moves. They have made a clear direction that they're setting themselves for the future. They got their picks back. They got a lot more picks from other teams. They can effectively tank and embrace the rebuild. They still have a lot of young vets that they could move. But when it comes to this season alone, there's not much else. They have 3 players over 30 in Bogdanovic, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Dennis Schroeder. That's 3 players that need to move by the deadline. I don't want to see any more reports that they're looking to get 2 first-round picks for Dorian Finney-Smith. I don't want to see these 3 players on this team for whatever reasons. There is no reason for them to be on this team right now, because they don't even have a core. They don't have a core of young players. They have a few mid to late 20s guys in Ben Simmons, Shake Milton, Nick Claxton, and then the youngest core is Cam Thomas, Ziaire Williams, Keon Johnson, Trendon Watford, Noah Clowney. There is no core here. There is no one that I don't see many rotational players either around here. So there's no need for having vets to make that young players' life easier. That's why they have 5 players that either should definitely be moved or considered either way. There's even Cam Johnson or Nick Claxton, who they gave an extension to. They need to just have players that have the potential to be rotational players. Period. Right now, I don't see that happening. Them having, like, they are literally at the earliest point of any rebuilding. Especially considering they had to even get to this stage where they can rebuild in the first place. So is their season right now all about Cam Thomas? Because I don't see anything else. He already did lead the Nets in shot attempts. He became their starter. He almost doubled his minutes, his scoring, his assists, and rebounding. But how much of that is just more? How much of his growth and potential leap about more opportunities and more touches? Because he already has a 30% usage. He already has all of the touches. He already has all of the opportunities. So is this season literally just banking on a Cam Thomas show and focusing entirely on his development? But even then, what's the vision here with Cam? He shows he can put the ball in the basket when he gets 18 shots. He's inefficient. He doesn't have a good shot diet. He almost a third of his shots are pull-up twos, pull-ups in general, where he shoots 44%. He's a poor off the dribble shooter from three, where a quarter of his offense comes with 7+ dribbles. He's a ball pounder, inefficient, with some tunnel vision as well. What even is the vision when it comes to just his growth and his potential leap? He's going to be 23, so there's still time, and there's a lot that he needs to improve on to be an impactful player or someone that should be a part of their core. But right now, we know that he can score 22 points on 18 shots. So I just wonder if that's the whole season with the Nets. So when it comes to predictions, with the whole core, with what players they have, I'm expecting around 20 wins. Their worst case scenario is bottom of the league, where they just god awful team that has players that are not NBA level players. Their best case scenario is bottom of the league, but they got more assets from trading all of their vets. I don't have any single expectations for this team, even if they keep the whole team. I think the biggest question just will be, will Ben Simmons be healthy, I guess? Because if he can turn around, that's another player that you could possibly move. That's another player that can do something. I'm not sure if he's going to be in the future for this team, especially considering he's on an expiring deal and with all of the issues that he's had already. But I do hope that they trade all of the vets. Don't need Bojan, don't need DFS, and I don't need Schroeder on this team. If they somehow keep all of them again, with some rumours about getting more assets for them, is going to be disappointing. This season is literally all about Thomas tanking and potential breakouts from other young players into rotational players.